Hi there, welcome back to my channel, When the Sirens Stop. I was just out on my usual dog walk this morning, do it most days, and I thought it's a lovely day, let's sit down by the bridge and reflect on another story. Story? Not a story, what really happened? A day in my life, in the ambulance service, which I spent 35 years in. Today's story, in inverted commas, turned out exceedingly lucky for one of the patients involved, but not lucky in a way you'd imagine. And I didn't find out until the end of the job, when everybody was safe. I didn't find out this little twist at the end, and so yeah, it was it was quite interesting. A lucky day for her. So it started a normal day, and we're sat on standby in Plymouth city centre. We had a call. A car's gone in to the estuary. And so we were only literally 2 minutes away. On our arrival, there's a lot of confusion. And we obviously didn't know who was who and what was going on. And I heard, I can't get him to the surface. Somebody was dragging somebody up some, almost like a ladder on the other side. So I thought, that must be the patient. It's quite a narrow estuary, and the tide was in, and there was walls either side. It was completely walled estuary, almost like a small harbour, really. Still not really knowing what had happened. There wasn't any evidence of a vehicle, so I commandeered a very small rowing boat. It was tied up, because this was the easiest way to get to the side of the estuary. And it was only like 15, 20 metres wide. So I got my bags into the boat and untied it and started paddling across. While this was going on, as I was paddling across, my crewmate had been handed a baby, again up a ladder on his side of the estuary, and yes, the baby had been submerged for some time under the water. And it turned out that what I heard was, I can't get him to the surface, was that the mum was holding him, had hold of his hand, but she couldn't bring him up to the surface. It was enough just to keep herself afloat. We learned that afterwards. I'm pleased to say that the baby's condition really wasn't that bad, and with a little bit of immediate medical care by my crewmate, was absolutely fine. The baby was fine. So I was actually going across the estuary. I'm almost at the ladder the other side, and the boat was sinking. It was actually filling up with water. It was only a little tiny rowing boat, and it's up to my ankles now. And I'm thinking, am I going to make it? Right? Am I going to end up in the drink? This happened 30 years ago, and health and safety around water wasn't quite the same. And also, I needed to get to my patient. I really did, and it was really important, and I made a decision. Anyway, I did make it to the side, up the ladder with my bags, and again, the patient, a lady, was fine. She was okay. She was obviously wet and cold, but she was fine. So we had a baby one side who was well, no issues at all, and we had the lady the other side. It turned out that was her mum, the baby's mum. Yeah. So what had actually happened when we finally found out? She was driving along the road, and there's a bend in the road. It runs from the post office. She was distracted on the bend, and she went straight on, and she crashed down over a bank, through a boatyard, and into the estuary. And as she hit the water, apparently, the windscreen popped out. And hats off to her. she was she managed to get the baby out of the car seat in the back as the car filled with water, and she got out through what was the windscreen. And that's when I heard her. She was come to the surface, and she was saying, I can't get him to the surface." She got herself to the surface okay, but she was hanging on to the baby, but couldn't actually bring him up. Bystanders who had jumped in, or the real heroes here, managed to get hold of the baby, bring the baby to the surface. So they were the heroes on this one. The little twist at the end of the story was that on that particular day, she only had one child in the car. Normally, she has 3. Something to think about, isn't it? How lucky was she, or how unlucky was she? I think she was lucky. An experience she'll never forget. I remember going in the ambulance with her up to the hospital when the situation had been sorted out and we knew who was who, and everybody was stable, and having a talk to her about it, and yeah, it was quite interesting. It's one I will never forget. Just the sequence of events and how quickly it happened, and the little twist at the end. Yeah. Yes. A happy ending. A happy ending, definitely. Hope you enjoyed my little reflection, and enjoyed. I don't know if enjoy is the right word. I hope you found it of interest. So, bye for now, and stay safe.